Forgive me for being a little late this morning. I actually had to find a convenient location in my own house. Welcome, good morning, Brinks Browns. Forgive me, I'm in my rocking chair here, my youngest son's room again. I've got a few visitors in town, not for the holidays, but my son is home from college right now. And he just had this huge event. I think I talked about it a couple of times on these morning scopes, which went absolutely wonderful. You know, beyond his wildest dreams, what he thought it was going to be, it ended up being better, which is great. So phenomenal story for him. But he had a few friends who decided to stay in town. So last night we cooked them dinner, and we also, have them staying with us until they decide to leave town. So they're here. And as a result, they're all over our downstairs. And I would be downstairs scoping this morning, but I'm leaving them in peace. I think they just went to sleep about 15 minutes ago because as I was waking and going through my process to get ready, I could hear them talking. And it just reminded me of all my years in college growing up. So not too surprised by that. They are experiencing life and starting to create their own course, and I love it. Absolutely love it. It's good to see their interaction. Dinner was great for them last night. Hopefully, my wife and I cooked a meal. What do we make? Chicken parmesan. Yes, chicken parmesan last night was dinner. My let's see, FT 848. Welcome to this morning's scope. They seem to enjoy it anyway, because not too much was left. So all is well. But I had a quick story. Something came to mind this morning. Quick change from where we have been. But stories about a group of mice who live in a house, right? And they had to run the house. It was great times. Nighttime came around. They pretty much owned the place, ran around as they wanted to, grabbed little odds and ends, little snacks. Life was great in the mouse hole. And it went on that way for quite some time. And the mice were really enjoying, where they were, calling out to friends and relatives about the good times and how they needed to come to where they were because of how great things were in their home. Well, things changed. The owner of the house, let's see, Christy Hope, 23, welcome to this morning's scope. So times are great. They changed, though. The owner of the house bought a cat. Ooh. So the mice now are absolutely scared, terrified, because this cat is now in the house. What do we do with this cat? It's going to change everything. The great days are gone. We gotta sneak around this cat. The cat will eat us. Everyone's afraid. What do I do? So they brainstorm. They go, they're in the house and they come up with all these different ideas. And the best one that comes out, they all agree to, says, okay, here's what we'll do. We will take a bell, we'll put it on a collar, and we'll put that collar around the cat's neck while it sleeps. And with that collar, we will know where the cat is at all times because we'll hear the bell. And if it comes, we can all come running back to the house and escape from the cat. Great plan. They love the plan. Phenomenal idea. It's time to go to work. One problem. Who's going to do it? Who's going to be the one to go out there, good morning, from the group to say, I will do it. I'll go out there. I'll put the collar on the cat's neck. And you see, it's like that in our lives. Our lives are just that same way. It seems like we all know what to do. We all know the solution. We all know that what we're doing may not necessarily be working. Good morning, Gross Lateran, Ladarin. Good morning. Welcome to the scope. We all know what to do. I'm in a story about mice and a cat. But there comes a point where even though we all know what to do, the challenge is overcoming the fear within us to actually go and do it. You think about that. I know so many people who work a job that they don't like, but they don't change anything about it. They just complain. I know people who are in a relationship that they may not like. Instead of making changes to themselves that would benefit the relationship, they complain about the other person. There are many other scenarios. I'm not in the best shape of my life. I'm not where I want to be. And there may be some external factors. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those who complain about not being where they want to be, but don't exercise. They don't have enough time in a day, but they don't wake up 30 minutes earlier to give themselves 30 minutes to exercise. There are all these little things that we all know are problems, challenges that we have to overcome. But when does decision get made to actually go out and do something about it? I think this is going to be my shortest scope ever. I love it. This is just a thought for everybody to take back with you. You've got a challenge that you're facing. There's a situation that you may not like right now in your life. The question is, when do you make the decision to do something about it? When do you take the bull by the horns? When do you take your life and the reins of that and start to control them yourself? That's the question this morning. That's all for everybody to answer for yourself. I give people options all the time on my website. Good morning, M. Ting Wall. I may not have said that correctly, but that's how it kind of reads. But good morning. I know we got some new viewers online. I'd love to see where you all are tuning in from. But yeah, that's this morning. When do you actually take control of your own life? Bold adventure. I like that one. Go bold adventure. Welcome. Good morning. We all have that time. I talked yesterday about going into 2016 and 2016 being the perfect time to change some things. Good morning. Hey man to you, bold adventure. Where are you coming in from? You have the opportunity now. It's a perfect opportunity as well with the change in the year. It's a new year. Doing Miracle Morning. All right, 2 months. Awesome. You're ahead of me, bold adventure. The book is absolutely wonderful, is it not? The whole process in the morning. Have you experienced some changes in your whole demeanor and way of life? Absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, after these scopes, the first thing I do is go into my meditation. And I tell you, I posted a video on Facebook the other day about how I feel after my meditation time. It's absolutely hilarious. You can look that up. I didn't bring my little card that has my Facebook page on it, but you can find me on Facebook at Kofi Ford. You can find me on my website at KofiFordOnline.com. Absolutely, absolutely, bold adventure. I'm actually talking about that right now because this story of Mice and a Cat is all about you taking control of your life. In the end, it was just an analogy for us and the challenges in our lives. And you taking control, you making the decision, overcoming the fear that stops us, right? The false evidence appearing real. We usually are afraid of things that will never happen. Awesome. I'll follow you back as well, bold adventure. We usually are afraid of things that will never happen. The lights go off for the kids. I got a son who's 3 years old. And in his bedroom, you turn off those lights. And all of a sudden, he's afraid of what? The room's the same. I could be sitting in this chair in his room. And all of a sudden, fear has come upon him. Not because of anything that's threatening his life, but because of what he imagines is a problem. And it's amazing. Even though our children are that way, we are the same way as we grow up. So here we are. We don't change anything in our lives. We stay in the same dead-end job or the career we don't like, working with people we don't care for, and we stay there. Why? Because we're afraid of doing something different. We're afraid of pursuing our dreams. We're afraid of the unknown, simply put. Whereas the unknown could be the best thing that ever happened to us. I imagine, all these folks, Microsoft, you got Tim Cook now. You got for Apple. You got Steve Jobs, who started, and I can imagine how afraid he was when he first stepped out there. I can imagine, Elon Musk and what he's doing right now, the challenges that he's facing in the automobile industry, and now with the success they had with SpaceX, the challenges he had there, and the fear that tried to completely debilitate him as he was moving forward. And it's the same way if you imagine, look at your life right now, and the fear that keeps you from going and being the best person that you could possibly be. Let's change that. Let's change that today. Or look at 2016. January 1 begins a new phase, if you will, for your life. So make that decision that as of January 1, as of January 1, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely bold adventure. It's something about saying here that I'm going to win, number one, and saying that it's not a possibility, but it's a certainty. When you go in with that mindset, and those who are doing the Miracle Morning know all about this with the affirmations. When you set the course of your mind, and again, I'm gonna plug it again. If you haven't looked at my YouTube video on how to set goals and more importantly how to achieve them, you're doing yourself a disservice, because I go into the subconscious mind programming, the subconscious mind. And if you do that for yourself in your lives, watch the success that you start to see. Awesome. Awesome. Bold Adventure. I love that. Love that. I'm glad that you've been watching those. But that's the course for today. That's the message for today. You get out there, make a decision today, start planning for the rest of this year. Sit down and find a time, maybe a Monday or Tuesday. Those are perfect days out of the week. Awesome. I'm thankful to hear that, Bold Adventure, and I hope to continue to move in that same direction. I chatted with Brinks Brim last night on Facebook, as a matter of fact, and it's great to connect with you out of North Carolina, just beyond these scopes as well. Awesome, Christy. I appreciate that. I hope that I continue to bring value to everybody. I got a ton of subjects, but with those especially who I'm connecting with, if there's anything that you all want to hear, I even thought about life insurance. I did that a series, if you will, on retirement, and I didn't talk about life insurance. So I may revisit that over time. But no, I haven't had any contact with Hal Elrod besides the actual group page on Facebook, but not actual face-to-face contact with him. Maybe I'll reach out and do that. I have posted a couple of these morning scopes onto the Miracle Morning Community Facebook page, but not really doing a lot there. I don't want people to think that I'm trying to plug them or anything in that respect, whereas I'm just trying to help folks out. Awesome. Yeah, if you know how to make that happen, Bold Adventure, definitely reach out to me. I'd love to chat with you further about that. My email, as a matter of fact, is Kofi, Kofi, and that's F as in Frank, I, at Kofi Ford, my first and last name, online.com. So same as my website, KofiFordOnline.com, but Kofi at KofiFordOnline.com. Yeah, definitely love to connect with everybody and see, what you're doing in your lives, especially, you MMers out there as well. But again, I hope to just bring value continuously. Hopefully something I said resonated with folks out there. I definitely appreciate the hearts. Share the scope as well. See how many we can impact in 2016. My goal, and I've got a team of individuals as well who are working to help others. But in 2016, our goal is 2016 people that we will impact and help further along the course for their dreams. And if we can, help them do that, that's just the best thing possible. It's not about us. It's about how many other people we can help. So reach out to help somebody, but definitely reach out and help yourself first. I love the idea of what they say on the airplane. If those masks were to ever fall down, put your own mask on first before you go off and help somebody else. We've got a few days left here in 2015 to start setting the course for what we're going to do for the rest of our lives. Put your mask on, set your course for your goals and how you're going to achieve them for your life, I'm doing it for mine already, but I invite you to do the same thing and set the course for the victory that you're going to have in 2016. And now that you set your course, see how many people you can help as well do the same thing. So thanks as well. I know I ran over my time again this morning, which is habit. Working on changing that, but just trying to help as many as possible. Amen. Brings brims. Well, everyone has an absolutely phenomenal day. For those of you who are already in the midst of your day or winding it down, I hope you had a phenomenal day. Still may have a few hours out there. Reflect over the day. What went well? What you can change, and then make the decision to make good on that for tomorrow. Today is December 22nd. A few more days to Christmas here. Thanks, Brinks Brims. I am committed that this day is going to be phenomenal. Got my water here. I'm going to get into my miracle morning process with my meditation and go to a place that I love going. There's nothing like it. Absolutely nothing like it. And I'll be thinking about tomorrow and being back online with you all. Have a phenomenal day, and I will see you tomorrow online. Take care.